We are live. You know what I didn't do? I need to change my camera real quick. Bear with me for a minute. You might see me drop off. But before I drop off, shout out to everybody that's here at 1 a.m. Yes, money making Mitch is in here. Says the GOAT is back. Mr. J the Sixth said, "What is that? Sharks? Are those sharks?
I think so.
Those dolphins?
I
don't know. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT is back. Jon Jones, greatest of all time. In a celebration of Jon Jones' greatness, I think we should spend as much time on the stream as it took for this fight. What say you?
Agreed. Now, we're reasonable and we're fair, so we're going to start that clock at 1 minute.
Yeah.
So you got 2.5 minutes starting now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, listen.
So, D-Malo,
what's going on? Thanks for coming through. Yes,
Maddie Gunn, how you doing?
In the house. What's going on, Maddie? Hey, shout out to y'all.
What's up, Buck?
Hey, thanks for coming through, Buck.
Another Don Q Mingo, Bones Jones.
Hey, what's going on, Don Q? All right, I'm going to hop out for 1 second, being to jump right back in.
You're just gonna do that like after we go live. That's cool.
Yeah, I just realized I don't have my virtual cam on. But give me 1 second. Just recap what you saw for the last 2 seconds, okay?
Man.
And
yeah. Get out. All right. So yeah, we're here to recap UFC 285. Obviously, you all know about Jon Jones and Ciryl Gane. Did not last very long at all. I'll go through a couple of the undercard fights real quickly. I don't think Jose saw those. The opening fight was Bo Nickel against Jamie Pickett. Another very quick submission in round one. Not sure why that fight was even on the main card, if we're being honest. I mean, they're trying to push Bo Nickel. You know, it's his UFC debut, and he's on the main card of a pay-per-view. Doesn't really make much sense to me. Like they stay in the UFC trying to manufacture stars rather than push the people who have proven themselves. But I mean, look, he went out there and he laid on dude until dude tapped out. So congrats to him getting the win in his debut.
So Bo Nickel's won. I was about to ask. I didn't watch. I wasn't gonna watch Bo Nickel either. I just wanted to see Valentina and Jon Jones.
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly good fight, and he didn't really have the choke in that he submitted the guy with, but he just he laid on him and squeezed him until it was over. Yeah. Then you had I'm not sure how to pronounce this guy's name, Gamrot versus Jalen Turner.
Yeah,
these are the kind of things that I don't like about the UFC, because one of them is a wrestler, one of them is mainly a stand-up guy. And it kind of just exposed the judging in the UFC that I don't really like. And granted, I know this is just a personal opinion, but I don't like the fact that they give so much weight to just controlling somebody on the ground, right? Because Turner he did basically all of the damage in the fight, and he did it in the stand-up. He dropped Gamrot at least once, rocked him several times, but Gamrot took him down multiple times and held him. Now, late in the fight, he did some ground and pound as well. But I just don't like the hey, I laid on you and held you for a minute and a half, so I won this round. I'm not a fan of that at all. But Gamrot did win a split decision in that one, so congrats to him. Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Now, this is another one where they were at the beginning, they were kind of hyping up Shavkat.
That's how you say his name? I was trying to figure out how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. If I'm not, please correct me. Before the fight, they were talking about Jeff Neal and how he had gotten sick, like really, really sick, not long ago, and how he was, kind of on a trajectory to challenge for a title. That kind of, took him out of it, and he's back and everything. And Shavkat, they said it's kind of the next big thing. And that's what they were saying. It was just really funny, because before the fight, it was, man, Jeff Neal, he was on his way to being a championship fighter, and then they were kind of going with that. And then he got in the ring, and they're like, oh, he missed weight. He looks a little soft, and but he's a good fighter, and he doesn't make mistakes defensively.
Right.
And then come the second round, when Shavkat's winning the fight, obviously, like Jeff is getting his shots in, but he's losing the fight. Come second round, they're like, oh, well, if you're a educated fan, Shavkat's the next big thing, but you got to sell it. How do you sell it? By having him fight Jeff Neal, right? So you go from Jeff Neal's going to be a championship fighter to Jeff Neal is putting Shavkat over in this right. in this match, and then right. not long after that, he landed a really clean shot on Shavkat and wobbled him, and had him stumbling around the ring. To his credit, Shavkat recovered. And I mean, he beat the hell out of Jeff Neal for a while. He got him with a standing rear naked choke up against the fence, and put him out. So it was a pretty entertaining fight. But yeah, like Maddie said, Shavkat looks like the real deal. So we'll see what he does kind of moving forward. So that will bring us to Valentina and Alexa Grasso.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Maddie's boy Cody Garbrandt. Was he on the prelims? Yeah. Okay, he got a dominant win there. Fat Boy Ka says Brunson needs to retire also, so Brunson lost.
He did. It was I mean, it was a bit of an entertaining fight, but I mean, he went out. He got seriously hurt at the end. Okay. For a while, he was kind of stumbling around. He got rocked a few times, and then the guy Drikas got him on the ground and started, ground and pounding, and he hit him with a left that really kind of put Brunson like just out. I mean, and you could see he was not right.
That's unfortunate, man. Brunson was picking up some momentum for a little bit, man. That's one of those fighters that he's not great, but you like watching him. But yeah, you're right, Fat Boy. He probably needs to hang it up. Shout out to D Weezy. D Weezy says, UFC sketchy when I won't bet on it. Hey man, you can put your money on Jon Jones. Okay, that's a pretty safe bet. But what's not a safe bet apparently is Valentina. And I'm sorry, Mikey. There's a third person that's supposed to join us tonight, Mr. OTR Mike. But I told Mikey, he's asking me, he's like, hey, should I put some money on this chick Grassi? I was like, no, you put it on Valentina. And he said, how is she gonna win? I said, probably by submission. That's probably a safe bet. And he's gonna tell you what happened and why Mikey's not here and why he's protesting the show.
Yeah, so Alexa Grasso, came in and fought a great fight, particularly on the feet. She tagged Valentina multiple times, and you could tell Valentina did not appreciate it at all. After she caught a few straight lefts, she said, "We're going to take this one to the ground." And she was able to get Grasso on the ground multiple times, kind of control her on the ground for the most part. But I believe what was it in the fourth round, near the end of the fourth round, Shevchenko went for a spinning back kick, missed, and Grasso just hopped on her back and put in a rear naked choke and just would not let go. She didn't get it. She wasn't actually around her neck. She was over her chin, but she just she kind of got her hands away from Shevchenko and just started squeezing. Was not going to let go. And when Shevchenko tapped, it didn't even look like she was in trouble. Almost like she was going to be passing out or anything. She looked angry, she was slapping her leg, I can't believe I let her get on my back and get me in this choke. But man, it was a great fight for Grasso. I'm not sure that I would pick her in a rematch. I don't think that she'll get Shevchenko twice. But congratulations to her.
Yeah. Look, she did enough standing up to that point. I mean, I thought I had Valentina winning, but it wasn't no wash or anything like that. Listen, man, Grasso, she's damn good, man. She's damn good. Definitely. This is one of the bigger upsets in UFC. Valentina is one of the greatest women's fighters of all time. And I just didn't think there's outside of Nunes fighting her, beating her twice. I didn't think there's anybody that's really gonna beat her. But that's UFC, and she said herself, like, you make one small mistake like that, and things can happen against a very skilled fighter like that. May said,
Right.
"Oh, she had no way out. It was done." Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying the manner in which, normally when you see somebody tap, it's kind of a panicked, like, okay, get me out, I'm about to pass out. But she was just seemed kind of angry, like, oh, okay, you got me.
yeah.
Well, let's stop it.
All right, we got about 30 people in here hanging out with us at 1 a.m. in the morning. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if any of you guys are feeling generous and looking for the super chat, we do super chat a little different over here. Okay, there are two ways we do it. One might be below B, $ LBHTShow. Okay, that's the Cash App. Also, that pin link that you see in the chat box will take you to our stream elements. Both ways, you can leave your donation, leave your comment. You'll get a nice little animation right next to my face, and I'll read your comment on air. All right.
I'm glad this comment came in right here from On One Tone Studio. Says
Shout out to you, On One.
and Jones stand alone. We were about to talk about Jon Jones and Ciryl Gane, the main event for the heavyweight championship. Obviously, Jon Jones coming back from a 3-year layoff. Ciryl Gane, the #1 heavyweight in the world. He did lose to Ngannou, who was fighting injured, but I mean he's a very skilled fighter, and he's proven that time and again. He landed a low blow 7 seconds into the fight, and then did not touch Jones again. He threw a punch which Jon he ducked, he got around his back and dragged him down to the mat. Got him up against the cage, got him into a guillotine choke, and that was it. An incredibly dominant performance from a guy who's 35, didn't look to be in the best of shape, coming back off a 3-year layoff, fighting one of the best in the division. So no, Ngannou and Jones don't stand alone. Jones stands alone.
Listen, like B said, it took more time to get the tape off his toes than that fight. It took more time. He looked more winded giving his victory speech than he did in the fight. That was a complete wash. And the crazy thing is, man, like I told you, I said, sometimes you get caught in these positions early on and there's nothing you can do. You just got to tap out and, try to run it back. But there was nothing there that made me think Gane should run it back, because it wasn't luck that got him to the ground. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't like Valentina, right? She got caught, right? Like she was doing a spin kick and got caught off balance. We don't think that she'll make that same mistake twice. Gane isn't a good wrestler, right? And we know that from when he fought Ngannou, and Ngannou on a torn ACL kept on taking Gane down, right? And Ngannou isn't a grappler, right? He doesn't have a good ground game. So I knew, like, the minute Jon Jones took him down, I was just like, I thought this was going to be just a long night, like, in terms of he's going to wear him out, because once Jon Jones is a great wrestler, right? Like, he has a great ground game in general. That's one of those things, because he does everything at a high level. You forget that he can do that. But when he took him down, I was like, God can't get up. Right. That's what I was thinking. I was like, he's just gonna lay on him. Gane can't do anything here. He can wear him out. And shout out to EJ Reed for subscribing. Appreciate that.
Thank you, EJ.
I was like, man, like Gane is like, he's going to get worn out here, and then second and third round, Jon Jones gonna have a way with him. He's like, no, I'll just choke him out right now. That's crazy. What you reading?
I said Gane did nothing to defend it. That man's had one jiu-jitsu class his whole life and said, nah, I won't need this. But it's funny because that's not how I thought the fight would go. We both said that we thought Jon Jones would kind of beat him fairly easily, and put on a show tonight, right?
Yeah.
You're saying, when he went down, you're like, Gane's not going to get up, and in my mind, I'm saying, Gane doesn't want to get up. He can't beat Jon Jones on their feet, and you don't want to get knocked out.
I think that's where Gane has a great stand-up game, right? Like he's very dangerous with his hands, and I think he thought, okay, if I can keep it on my feet, of course. Listen, it's heavyweight, right? It only takes one shot.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter who you are. So of course, let's take it there. But once he got to the ground, man, I knew from the minute he took him down, I was just like, he can't do anything here.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. Going into the fight, I thought that Jon Jones was going to stay on the feet and beat him that way and knock him out. To see him submit him 2.5 minutes in without taking even one shot, and already believing that he could beat him on the feet if it came to that. Like you said, there's no reason to really to see a rematch there. But that's a problem for UFC, right? Because what else is there? Yeah. They're talking about Stipe Miocic in July. Stipe's already retired. Maybe he comes back for that fight.
I think he talked about training or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not an active heavyweight, right? So yeah, maybe he comes back for that fight. But then what? What is it?
Yeah.
What is Jon Jones going to do at heavyweight?
Shout out to Ferris. Appreciate you coming through, Ferris, man. He says the setup of the choke is flawless. John punched him, popped his head up, and slipped his forearm under his chin. Yeah. It reminded me of Lyoto Machida, except this was on the ground, and Gane wasted no time tapping. He was just like, nope. I saw that highlight. You gonna have me like that?
Those are my kind of fighters, man. Like it's over. Just like, nah, I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah, that'd be me. Look, listen. The minute he laid on top of me on the ground, I'd be like, nope. I'm out. What's up, Deshaun? Thanks for coming through. It says Jon Jones is going to maul Stipe in July.
Stipe don't want that fight.
Mr. J said, I was waiting for the spinning elbow for old time's sake. Yeah, it never got there. What's up, King? Thanks for coming through. It says certified GOAT came back like Jordan and dominated. Boy, did he dominate, man. And again, because it happened so quick, those type of fights, a lot of times you like, oh man, like he just, like he caught the guy, or got him in a bad situation, it won't happen like that again. But I think it would happen exactly like that again.
Yeah, like Rose and Jean Wei Li, right? Yeah. She kind of lulled her to sleep and hit her with the head kick, and everybody was shocked because it was right at the beginning of the fight. And you're like, that it probably would never happen again. So I still want to see them fight. Yeah, I don't really want to see Jon Jones and Ciryl Gane fight again. I saw everything that Gane had to offer, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Stipe, like you said, like Stipe, I think will give him a better fight. And Stipe is much better on the ground, but he ain't on Jon Jones level on the ground. And I think going up to this weight class for Jon Jones, that's something that he'll have over everybody, is that his ground game is just unmatched. And Jon Jones has always been that type of fighter. He'll take what you give him, right? Like however you want to be dominated, he'll dominate you that way. So if your thing is stand up, okay, I'll take you to the ground, frustrate you, beat you on the ground. If you're a ground guy, I can meet you there. But when you stand up, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna hit you with these hands and feet. You know what I'm saying? Like he can do whatever he wants to do out there. Like this, there ain't never gonna be another Jon Jones, man.
No.
This is as good as it gets. But back to Valentina, because we are one person down, B. Okay. Mr. OTR Mike was so mad that he took my advice and bet on Valentina, because he was going to bet on Grassi. Or that's not Grassi. I keep saying Grassi. Grasso. I'm sorry, Grasso. I'm sorry. And I talked him out of it, and he put his money on Valentina like a sucker. Okay. So he's protesting tonight. Okay?
Listen, that's why you don't bet, people. All right.
What's going on, Jared Green, man? Thanks for coming through. It says didn't expect to be so short, but Bones Jones is the GOAT. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be short either, man. I thought it was going to be like second or third round. Like when he took him down, it reminded me that Ciryl Gane isn't good on the ground. And I was just like, man, yeah, he can't, like, he's not going to last more than another round or so with this kind of fight. So, Jon Jones 30 for 30 is going to be legendary. Facts. I can't wait for that one. Make that one like a 5-part series. Carlos Watson, what's going on? Says most scripted fight in UFC history. He took a fall. Now you see why Francis left. He refused to lay down for a slow ass Jones.
Okay.
Why don't you get put in a chokehold like that? See how long you last. Okay. I want to tell this story. I love telling the story about our nephew. Okay, shout out to Sadiq if you're watching. So our nephew, he's into UFC, he's into grappling, into wrestling. He actually is state champion. He was a state champion when he was in high school. Okay, shout out to Oakland Mills High School. And he was, he was all into that stuff. And one day we were all outside. We're outside B's house, and had some guys come over to do some work. What are they working? They were fixing like the AC unit.
Yeah, the air conditioner.
Yeah, right. So me, B, and our nephew Sadiq are outside, and B and Sadiq are kind of slap boxing, whatever. Sadiq's older now, but I think he was still in high school then. Was he still in high school?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and but he was doing grappling at the same time over at Crazy 88, and they're kind of play wrestling, and Sadiq was trying to get you in a chokehold, but he couldn't quite get it or whatever, right? And this AC guy, they're finishing up and they're putting the equipment back, and he sees Sadiq trying to get Brodny in the chokehold, can't do it, right? So the guy says, "Hey, do you want me to show you how to really do that?" And Sadiq says, "I know how to do that. I know how to do it." And he's like, "No, I can show you how to do it for real. Like, I'm he's like a green belt or something like that in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right?" That's what the guy tells him. And he was like, and Sadiq's like, "No, I know how to do it." And the guy's like, "Okay." He's like, "Do it on me, and I'll break out of it, and then I'll show you how to do it the right way." And Sadiq tells me, he's like, "No, I don't want to do that." Right? But he's like, Sadiq was mad. He's like, "No, I don't want to do that." He's like, "No, it's fine. It's fine. Just do it the same way, whatever. And I'll show you what you did wrong." And he looked at us like, "Is it okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, do it." He asked you to choke him.
So Sadiq got his arm under that man's chin, squeezed tight, and that man said, "Okay, so you're gonna." I was like, "All right, let him go." That man woke up like, "Oh man, that was good. Do you train?" And it was the most awkward thing, man, because the man's talking to him, like, and so he's like, "Yeah, I train a little bit." And the whole time I'm trying to just
trying to hold in the last.
I'm trying to hold it in. I'm waiting for his partner to pack with his truck. I'm like, "Yo, please get off our property so I can laugh at you.
Get your boy and get out, man." You got choked out by a 16-year-old. Go home.
Listen. So my point is, Carlos Watson, you go ahead and try to get put in a chokehold to see how many seconds you can last, because that man thought he had time to do whatever he thought he could do, and he was out like that to a 16-year-old. Okay, Jon Jones is a grown-ass man. All right, 260 pounds, leaning on you against the cage. All right, Zoom Joe, what's going on? Says, "I got more respect for Machida when he got choked out." Why?
Of course, you have more respect for Machida. Machida fought a much better fight than Ciryl Gane.
Boy, did he? Yeah. When I say why, like why? I mean, you respect him? Are you saying you respect him for not tapping?
Instead of not tapping immediately. I think he would have tapped. I don't think he could. I don't think he had a free hand.
I'm gonna tell you what happened in that fight. First of all, Machida's a warrior. Yeah. Okay, we love Lyoto Machida over here. Okay,
I legitimately felt bad. Like, I was rooting for Jon Jones, but man, the way he choked him out, I was like, "You don't do that to people."
And Matty Gunner is an expert here. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. You've seen that fight, but from what I remember, that Lyoto Machida fight, but it was a weird chokehold. It wasn't something that you normally see, and he was trying to like it was awkward. He was trying to get out of it, and next thing you know, he was just out. Right? Yeah. It wasn't one of those like, "Oh man, you caught me." Right? It was one of those like, "I'm just trying to get you off of me so I can get off this cage." "Oh, you got me in this weird chokehold. What are you doing here?" "Oh shoot, I'm out." This one, you know what it is. You're in a chokehold, right? You know what it is. Like, we ain't gotta go through this whole thing. I'm already tired. You've been laying on me, right? I'm a tap. So yeah, I think that was different. But I did not convince Carlos Watson. He says, nope, scripted. I'm sorry, man. I tried. I'm trying, man.
Okay.
But thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hit that like button while you're here.
Who could imagine the greatest fighter of all time could win a fight quickly?
File 1 says it isn't scripted, Carlos, but it sure feels like it. Yes.
Let me ask you something, Carlos. If they were going to script the heavyweight championship fight with Jon Jones coming back after a 3-year layoff, why the hell would that have been the script? Why would it have been Ciryl Gane literally doesn't land a punch and gets choked out 2.5 minutes in?
I feel you though, Carlos. You feel like you've been robbed, right? Like you don't see him hurt. You know what I'm saying? You didn't like it didn't seem like he struggled, right? But man, you're in an awkward position. Like
Carlos has another account.
Is it the Sub-Zero? Why y'all thinking Gane ain't take the fight? Okay, I hear you. Well, both accounts, go ahead and hit the subscribe button since you're here. Okay, I mean you're up at 1:30 a.m. man. Appreciate it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right. But
Carlos says perfect story. That's a perfect story in a made-for-TV movie on the CW. Like, what are you talking
about? But there was a scripted fight at UFC 285. Did you see that?
There was indeed.
Did you guys?
And the script wasn't.
Yes.
He doesn't get hit and wins in 2 minutes.
Maddie saw it. Jake Gyllenhaal was there filming a movie that was clearly scripted, and that took longer. Okay, that took longer. Y'all are killing me, man. All right, but man, there will be no there will be no Ngannou versus Jones because Dana White said that's never going to happen. B, like ever, Ngannou is never coming back.
Why would you want the biggest fight in UFC history?
Yeah, but you you can believe Dana White, right? The same way he said Jon Jones was never coming back. You guys remember that?
Amanda Nunes was never going to headline another pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when she had that sinus infection and she couldn't fight, and he was like, "That's it. That was your one chance. You're finished." And then she fought. Don't listen to Dana White. Dana White's a liar. If Ngannou says I'm game, he's going to set that up. So Zero says Gane doesn't even fight like that. 0 punches. Come on, man. Well, when you get taken down, when you have no ground game,
he threw punches.
Yeah,
he didn't land any punches.
Yeah. So Ngannou said he's not going to do that fight because he doesn't want to take a dive. What do you think is going to happen when he goes and fights Tyson Fury? This fight happens. Do you think that's going to be a real boxing match, or do you think that's going to be a little bit choreographed? Yeah.
Especially with Mike Tyson as the ref.
File 1. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you. Hey, Carlos Watson in your other account, please do the same. Subscribe. What was I gonna say? No. Look. It's not about that for Ngannou. It's about money. It's about money for all of them, and they made that crystal clear that they want to get paid. That's why the fight didn't happen to begin with. It wasn't because Ngannou said no. Ngannou was game to fight Jon Jones. Jon Jones said no, pay me more money.
Yeah.
All right. And they made this big joke. Oh, he's looking for Deontay Wilder type money. We're not paying him that. And he said, fine, I'll retire.
Carlos, we like you too, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Sub-Zero says boxing this week. Anyways, UFC is better. Okay, look, well, just so you know, Sub-Zero, Carlos Watson, that we also have a boxing channel, Ring Kings Podcast. So there will be no boxing slander over here. I mean, you see the ring in my background. Okay, you see the Ring Kings Podcast right there. Okay, go ahead and subscribe over there. We'll turn you into boxing fans. Listen, if you like UFC better, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you one way or another. But do not disrespect boxing. And UFC fighters are finding out that it is not the same. It is not the same. Francis Ngannou is not going to go and dominate anybody in boxing. I don't even think he's trying to anyway. I think he's just trying to get a paycheck. Yes, Black Daniels, we are still up. We're minus OTR Mike. I gave him some bad advice on a fight that he bet on, and he's protesting. so he will not be joining us. He said Ngannou got offered the most money to be the highest paid. He really said no because they wanted him to take the fall. No, he didn't. He got offered to be the highest paid in UFC. It wasn't enough. Right. That, I mean, UFC doesn't pay enough. That's just what it is. By Dan says LBHT breakfast edition.
And King saying next up 422. Next up is next week when we're going to be here streaming for Tim Tszyu and Tony Harrison.
Yes, well, not here on Ring Kings podcast.
Yes, on Ring Kings.
Yes. 501 says Dana definitely didn't offer Ngannou the most money ever. He wanted Ngannou out. Ngannou was fighting for others fighters' pay and insurance. Oh, there you go.
I love MMA fans talking about how terrible boxing is and how boxing is dead, and in the media also saying, "Oh man, boxing is dead," and blah blah blah. But everybody who's in MMA has to go to boxing to get paid.
Everyone.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Really, really weird.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sorry, man. Like Dana just doesn't he doesn't do a good job. He's done a good job getting UFC to where it's at now, but he doesn't do a good job maintaining it, man. These events, man, just he schedules them way too close to each other, and he doesn't do a good job promoting them. This should have been. I'm sure it did some decent numbers. I'm not sure what the pay-per-view number is going to be, but I expect this one to get reported because I expect it to be one of their bigger ones.
They're down one. I'll tell you that.
Huh?
Because I did not order it.
Well, shout out to our friend E Street. But these pay-per-view numbers don't do as well as they should be doing. That's why most of them don't get reported, right? Mm-hmm. But you have, Jon Jones is a star, so this one should have done pretty well, but it could have done even better had you done a little bit more promoting with it, And then in a couple weeks, what's the next one? Is that Adesanya?
Next is Leon Edwards and Usman.
In Usman, right?
On the 18th.
On the 18th, and then it's Adesanya and Pereira.
Yes.
All too close. Yeah. Okay. All too close together. So what happens in the summer?
Apparently Jon Jones beats down Stipe Miocic in the summer.
Well, yeah, I guess. We'll see, man.
But I'm not sure about the numbers because Jon Jones has never been a huge draw. Like he's a draw, but not a huge draw. And
I'm not talking about millions or anything like that.
Well, I'm saying, and nobody knows who Ciryl Gane is, or nobody cares who Ciryl Gane is. So we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, but like a great fighter in a comeback fight, I think people will pay for that. How many?
I mean, maybe. We'll have to see. Now he says he's going to be there live in London to watch Usman get knocked out again. When is that? When is that happening, Maddie?
Hey, shout out to Maddie, man, and his countryman Leon Edwards getting that win. It was very emotional for Maddie, and we were happy for Leon Edwards and Maddie Gunner. Okay, wasn't so look, Usman's my boy, but that was a great story for Leon Edwards to get that win. Okay. It ain't happening next time. Oh man. Fair says shout out to Ali Act that protects boxers. MMA fighters don't have legislation to protect them. What is the Ali Act?
That I'm not sure. Ferris had told me about it once before, but I do not remember. And I'm trying to pull up this thing right now. Bear with me for just a minute.
No problem. What's up, Hot Boy Rod? Thanks for coming through. Says Conor McGregor, summertime. Yeah, there's been talks about Conor McGregor, but I don't think
that's when his movie's coming out, or
no?
Is he still a fighter, a professional fighter?
Sub-Zero says Conor is washed. That's okay though. It's scripted, so they'll work it out.
Yeah. What does washed mean when you don't actually fight?
Look, Jake Gyllenhaal looked great tonight. Did y'all know Jake Gyllenhaal fought? He won his fight.
TKO, baby.
Yeah, TKO. They had to yank him off the guy. And shout out to KP for the donation to Jon Jones and Ngannou NBA equivalent
I'll do it. There's another one.
Oh, there's another one. Okay. There's another one. Appreciate that. And if you're looking to do a super chat, we do super chats differently over here. Okay. Right below B. Oh, there's the second one right there. That says, I don't watch UFC, so I need context.
Well, like King was saying earlier, I believe it was King. Jon Jones is the greatest of all time. So think about Jordan coming back and, I guess maybe beating Shaq in a series because Ngannou's much bigger than him. I don't know, but coming back to kind of school one of the I want to say younger, but he's not really younger. Ngannou's pretty old too.
Yeah, I mean, I had to think about that. NBA equivalent to what he did, because I mean, a 3-year layoff and coming back and dominating, and then having an expectation of him fighting the top guy, so to speak. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough because I don't think it's a Jordan comparison, because Jordan, yeah, he had a layoff, he came back, but he didn't beat Shaq.
Well, no, but he also had a longer layoff and came back to play for the Wizards and was still out there scoring 20 a game and everything. But yeah, you don't really see guys take that long off in other sports. But I'm just going from the greatest of all time angle, going away and then coming back and like I said, I was going to say beating one of the younger guys, but Ngannou's not really younger.
No, but he's been more active. Yeah. But as I was saying, $ LBHT show, that's the Cash App. Also, that pin link that you see in the chat box will take you to our stream elements. Both ways, you can leave your donation and you can leave your comment, and you'll get that animation right next to my face that you just saw. All right. What we got here? By Daniel says the comeback alone was enough to make everyone tune in. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, we'll see. Like the thing is, how well do they promote it? I don't think I still think in general
I'm not sure it is, because you're talking about a guy that a lot of people didn't care about to begin with. Like, he was a draw again, but wasn't even the biggest draw in the UFC. So 3 years later, with no fighting and a bunch of drug scandals and all this stuff, like, is it even going to be the same number of people looking to now? If it was him against Francis Ngannou, and you sell that because Francis Ngannou is a terrifying monster of a heavyweight champion, I think that's different. But nobody cares about Ciryl Gane.
Yeah, I think maybe Ali might be close comparison.
Ali coming back and fighting Foreman.
Yeah.
But they didn't unfortunately play in the NBA, so that doesn't work for KP.
Yeah. Somebody. Yeah, I mean, I guess Jordan would probably be the closest comparison if you're talking about like having that layoff and then coming back. Yeah, because I don't know anybody else that's done it in the NBA. Let's see. Yeah, Ali Foreman. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's see. Mary says Dana's too busy writing scripts for a slap fight. Is that still a thing? I thought that got dismantled.
No. All they did was delay it for like 2 weeks.
Oh, after he smacked his wife up.
Yeah,
he said we gotta push this back.
Nobody who watches slap fight cares about people beating women. there is not one viewer of slap fight who was offended by him slapping his wife.
Carlos wants to go back to the old UFC. No classes, no weight limit. Let's go back to the beginning and have one belt. You want to have them demonetized. You want to have them unsanctioned. They had to clean it up. Like this is a violent sport. You gotta have weight classes, you gotta have all that stuff to protect those people. Otherwise it would, I mean, there's a reason why it failed before. Right. It got brought back, and that's the one thing I will give Dana credit for cleaning up the sport and making it more palatable for the rest of the for the rest of the masses to watch. Because the thing about it is, these sports can't grow without those casual fans, without bringing in more fans, right? And what they had before was just
blood sport.
It was just blood sport, and that doesn't you don't need skill for that. Yes, there's some skill involved, but like a lot of times it's just you just have people beating on each other, right? Yeah. And a sport can't grow that way. So there has to be you have to show the art of it. You have to show the sport of it to get casual fans to buy into that. So I'll give Dana White credit for that. But Dana White, but he's a meathead too, and he has those times where he doesn't respect the sport either. He doesn't respect martial arts either. And he's always putting down fighters for fighting their fight because he thinks it's boring, and I think that's a disservice to the sport.
Yeah, and I sort of understand where that viewpoint, because I think to most people it is less entertaining, less interesting to watch wrestling. I just think they need to adjust the way they score wrestling and grappling versus stand up. But that'll never happen.
Yeah. What else we got here? Like Jordan in terms of Game of Thrones. I read that one. Probably just as much people tuned in to watch Jon Jones fail, honestly.
Jon Jones is he's a born again Christian now, man. Like, how can you hate that?
I don't think
you didn't hear about the prayer warriors.
The prayer warrior that was hilarious. I think I don't. Jon Jones gets in a lot of trouble, but I don't think he's really hated.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Cormier hates him. That's kind of how I really kicked the beef off, is that Daniel Cormier hated the fact that this man does nothing but get in trouble and fans love him. Daniel Cormier did nothing wrong and fans booed him. Right?
Well, he did a lot of things wrong. He got beat and he was boring.
He wasn't boring.
He was very boring.
He wasn't boring to me.
No, I'm not talking about inside the ring. I'm talking about outside. He's very boring outside the ring.
I didn't think he's boring outside the ring.
He is boring outside the ring. He's a goody two shoes. Nobody wants to hear that garbage in a combat sport.
He's a personable person, man. Like very engaged. I like Daniel Cormier.
Do you think I'm just gonna sit here and let you kill me, John? Who respects that? Who likes that?
It was very entertaining. It was
entertaining because of John.
Matty Gunner says no. Carlos is right. Let wheel out. Let's wheel out Wanderlei Silva, Rampage, Shogun, and have them all fight again. No rules, no time limit. Yeah, I actually paid to see that, like a Royal Rumble style.
Sub-Zero, we're not doing that. Like, y'all can joke about the about it being scripted all you want, but you start going down that road, you're gonna get banned. Yeah. And chill with that, Sub-Zero. I understand you trying to troll a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna keep it up. We're gonna keep it civil. Foul One says Jon Jones solidified the GOAT conversation today. I just am on the fence if he can even be in the conversation after popping. That's we talked about that, right? Because like he has cheated before, right? And in one of his biggest fights ever. And while me and B feel like he would have won without the steroids, fact is he still took them and he still cheated. And yeah, that is a blemish. Like, that is something that hold on a second. Wait, did you block Hot Boy? Who blocked Hot Boy? No, he was responding to Sub-Zero. Unblock Hot Boy. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, you're good, Hot Boy. You're good.
I don't know how to unblock him.
That's all right. Don't worry, Hot Boy. I'll get you straight. Just hold on 1 second.
My bad, Hot Boy.
Yeah, he was responding to Sub-Zero's because that's why I was saying I was telling Sub-Zero to chill. But sit tight, Hot Boy. I got you.
I honestly I saw the hot and a bunch of emojis and I thought it was a bot.
No. Hot Boy Rod he's been in here before. He's been in here. Yeah.
My bad, bro.
No, you're good. I got you, bro. I got you. But yeah, the steroids, man. Like I don't like seeing fighters take steroids. I think it's too dangerous of a sport. I don't like it. You know. But I mean, he's just so dominant, man. Like I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things that's always going to be on his record. But like,
yeah, but if you're not going to ban fighters who test positive, then I don't think you can go down the road of, oh well, you're out of these conversations.
Yeah. But I mean, do we look at anybody else that's tested positive for steroids that way? Yeah. Like what's his name that beat Maddie's guy, Garbrandt. Dillashaw. I mean, do we look at him as a cheater? I kind of do.
Well, yeah, I mean he cheated, but yeah, I don't. Again, I don't think that anybody's saying, oh well, now TJ Dillashaw is ineligible for. I mean, he's not.
He's not that guy. Yeah.
But I mean, nobody's saying, hey, he can't be an all-time great. He can't be a Hall of Fame. All this kind of stuff. So it's like in baseball, people kind of laugh at them when they're like, oh well, Barry Bonds, you can't go to the Hall of Fame, and and I understand it's different because it's a combat sport, and you can seriously hurt people, but even still, like, you don't get those kind of conversations very often.
Yeah.
I mean, Julius Peppers, for the Panthers, he tested positive for steroids early in his career, and it was just, he's a Hall of Famer and one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, and this is true, Sub-Zero. Like, a lot of fighters use steroids. Yeah. That's true. We're not naive to that, But yeah. But if you get caught, man, like I think that should be a serious thing. Mike Tyson said it once. They're not all juicing Sub-Zero. But Mike Tyson said it once, like, you get caught, you should be banned. Like, that's a sport you just can't, like, it's already dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It's already dangerous, and that's what I don't like about it. That extra edge could kill somebody. But no, I mean, to me, it doesn't it doesn't really, it takes away a little bit, but I mean, he's so far ahead. He's so far ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you knock him a little bit, he still leaps and bounds ahead of everybody. What else we got here? What Julius was on the juice? What are you talking about?
He did not know.
Oh, okay.
He just found out that Julius Peppers got suspended.
Oh, okay. So about Julius Peppers, yeah, that was his rookie year, right? Or
I believe it was his second year.
Second year. Yeah. Yep. There you go. D Weezy says only takes 8 pounds of pressure to knock someone out. Yeah. Yep. What's up, Spooky J? Says that Chinese Russian dude is looking like the next boogeyman. Oh, he's talking about the guy's name I can't pronounce.
Shortcut.
Yeah. What's up, Chris? Thanks for coming through, man.
What's up,
Said, Chris? Made it late, but I made it. Salute, fellas. Hey, salute to you, man. Because OTR Mike said I'm not. He's not sleeping. He's watching. He's mad at me, Chris, because I told him to bet on Valentina Shevchenko by submission.
Mere minutes before she got choked out.
Yeah. Yes.
I'd be mad at you too.
So he's protesting this stream tonight.
But that's a nice lesson for Mike there. You don't bet.
Don't bet. That was as solid as it gets.
Certainly don't take advice from people who don't bet.
I mean, that was like the second most solid bet you could take. Valentina doesn't lose.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, hold your head, Mikey. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. All right, man. Look, we already streamed a lot longer than we thought we were going to be streaming, man. We wanted to stream as long as the fight lasted, which was 2 minutes and like 40 seconds. Okay, great performance by the GOAT. We can't even argue at this point. I don't like. He's so great. I don't think he's going to have a slip up. the closest he got to a slip up was when he fought Gustafsson.
Well, I was gonna say he's already had his slip up with that one, and then do Reyes, which that wasn't really a slip up, but people like to say it was. Right?
Yeah. And he talked about that too. He just said, "Listen, man, like, you have bad nights. Everybody has bad nights, man. Like, and I just think he was Thiago Santos. I didn't think he lost that fight either.
No,
close fight, but I think those fights were fights where he just lost interest, man. Like you're dominant for so long, and you're fighting guys that there's no name to them. Yeah, motivation, right? Motivated John is something scary. Yeah, I don't think with Santos and those guys, I also don't think he was motivated, because who are those guys? Yeah, yes, I agree. He is human. He's human, just not as human as the rest of us. Yes. No doubt. Like, yeah, you can catch him slipping, but like, yeah, when he's locked in, come on, like they don't really stand a chance. And I think that's why he moved up to heavyweight to challenge himself, because at heavyweight you have to bring it every night, right? You don't want to get caught, So I think he was preparing for that challenge. I think he was preparing for somebody greater than Gane, right? Yeah. Which is why the fight ended so quickly. He was looking for some, a little bit more of a challenge, and I think that's why he wants Stipe to come back. I don't think Stipe should come back though.
I really don't. I don't think he wants that.
Yeah. So, all right, we are going to get out of here before that 1 hour mark. Maddie says Tommy Aspinall going to get him. I'll bet on that. I don't know who that is.
You got money to burn, Maddie? You could just donate it to one of our shows, man. You ain't gotta bet it on a sure loss.
All right. Hey, thank you, everybody. Still 20-some people in here hanging out with us. It's 2:00 in the morning. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you guys? Okay. This is why the stream keeps going, because you guys just jump in here at odd hours of the night. We're trying to sleep. Okay.
I feel really bad about Hot Boy.
Huh?
I feel really bad about Hot Boy.
Hot Boy, sorry about that, but yeah, he's unblocked. You're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fine. I took care of it. You're good, Hot Boy. TMV TV says I'm back. Oh, same guy. Oh no, come on. What are you doing? That's Sub-Zero. How dare you?
This one's getting blocked for real though. There we go.
Sub-Zero, if you're going to do that, at least hit up the Cash App. Hit up the Cash App. Hit up the stream elements, man. Okay, look, trolls have to pay over here. Okay, we read the first one for free. The second one has to pay. Okay.
Chris Hendo said this is a 2-hour show tonight. You better head to his channel.
I think he made his show
over here.
Yeah. By the way, you saw Hendo kept it a tight 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I watched. Did anybody watch the Chris Rock show?
I heard. I saw a lot of people on Twitter who watched it who said it was not funny at all.
Really?
That was the prevailing opinion amongst the people that we follow.
I gotta watch for myself, because
they said that towards the end it got a little funnier, but for the most part it just wasn't very good.
I gotta watch.
That's the thing that happens with old comedians.
I don't know, like, because a lot of people were saying about Dave Chappelle, his last one or second to the last one that he put out. They're like, oh, it wasn't funny. But I watched, I was like, no, it was funny. You didn't like what he said, but it was funny. But I think the last one, he started.
And here we are. The definitive answer. Sancho Max says no, Chris Rock sucks.
Oh, okay. All right, Sancho.
That's what's coming through, Sancho.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I mean, he kind of does. He slapped him in the face. He does kind of suck.
Oh, okay. Don Q says it's 11 on the West Coast. Still late. It's still late.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, go to bed. Well, it's 2:00 over here. Okay, so
on the coast that matters.
Yeah. I was talking about it earlier, how one time we did a stream this late. I think Suge was on the stream. I don't even know what I was saying. I can't even remember if I was putting together like coherent words. I was so tired.
Right.
And I was just like, man, whatever. Nobody's gonna watch this. We had like 1,000 views on that stream. I was like, oh my God. I don't even think I ended the stream. I thought I hit the end on the stream, and I think we were still talking at the end. I was just like, man, I'm so hungry.
And not one subscribed.
There he is. What's going on?
What else?
Over there on Twitch. If you guys are on Twitch, give our guy Suge Knight 1323 a follow. You can also follow us because we are on Twitch as well. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube, Twitter. Yeah, sort of. But we stream all those places. Facebook, anywhere that you find social media, look for at LBHT Show. Okay, right. It says right below us at LBHT Show. Give us a follow. We're also available on wherever you listen to podcasts, audio form. So if you're into a podcast, follow us, leave us a 5-star review. All right, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I do also want to say, with it being 2:03 a.m. On the East Coast, Couch Rider, where's that signed contract at?
Yes, I mentioned that earlier. Shout out to our guy Couch Rider Raven, who he wanted to be bold. Okay, he wanted to go for greatness, and he said, "Hey, according to a source, we should be getting some good news on Saturday. It is now Sunday. I am not hearing anything good." Okay,
the only news we've gotten is that apparently the UFC is fixed.
Yeah. And that didn't happen on Saturday. We heard that on Sunday. So,
that's true.
You know, yeah, Couch Rider, don't make us look for you. Okay, own up to it. Who is your source? Out him out or her. Okay, out them out. Okay, why did they give you misinformation? We want to know. All right, we're out of here. Okay, you have anything else to say, B?
My bad, Carlos, but your boy was out of pocket.
Carlos is Sub-Zero.
I know.
And the other guy. T. Will Wilt, what's going on? Says Lamar will be traded Monday. Well, that's not good news.
That is great news because he's getting traded to Carolina. Thank you, T. Will.
And he won't get traded Monday. He has to get tagged first, and teams gotta go through the whole bidding thing and talk to Lamar. That's not going to happen. That's not gonna happen on Monday. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for coming through.
Man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Listen, man, I can't. It wasn't a great card, man. I don't even call it a good card.
No, it was not.
A couple solid fights. Very dominant performance by Jon Jones, man. It's just I'm gonna go back and watch that again and again. That's just he's great.
There's really only one good fight, and that was the Shevchenko fight.
Yeah.
The rest of the fights were just kind of. Even the Jon Jones fight, it was too short to be, a good fight.
Yeah, I mean, we had to spend an hour just processing what happened, why it happened so quickly, and explain to, to Carlos why, it wasn't fixed. But he knows it's not fixed. He's just, Carlos trying to keep us awake. Appreciate you, Carlos. All right, we are getting out of here. B, are you ready?
That depends on what channel we're on. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, because this is a fighting event, and usually our fighting events go over on Ring Kings. By the way, go over to Ring Kings podcast and hit subscribe over there. We do boxing over there. Even if you're not a boxing fan, Carlos, we're going to turn you into a boxing fan. So go over to Ring Kings podcast, hit subscribe. Okay. All right, we're out of here. B is ready. Y'all have a great night / morning. All right. We will see you on Monday on the Ravens Roundtable, and then be back here Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time for the LBHT show. If you like our content here, we talk a lot of Ravens, Panthers, UFC, NBA, all that good stuff on the LBHT show on Wednesday. All right. And if you want to support the channel even more, hit up patreon.com/LBHT show. Okay. We do an overtime show there. That's a lot of fun. And you can join our Discord. So Carlos, if you want to argue that is rigged, that is fixed, Okay, there's some interesting people in our Discord that will take you up on that conversation.
Who will argue with you until you quit.
They will do that for as little as $3 a month. If you have $3 in your pocket, you can sign up and we'll send you that link to the Discord, man. It's a lot of fun. People are in there 24/7. All right. Yes, Carlos.
But to be fair, one deserved the other, right?
Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Peace.